What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My shirt's crooked and I feel like it makes my titties look crooked, which they probably are also. We don't need to point that out on camera. Today I want to sit down and explore the Raw Beauty Kristi ColourPop collection. I have been super duper excited to play with this since I got it, but literally have not had an opportunity to sit down and play with it yet because I was too busy filming the Melt Beetlejuice collection for 72 consecutive days in a row. So today I'm finally getting to sit down and play with this and I'm very, very pumped to do so, but I am only doing one look and we're just kind of casually going through the collection. I'm not going to be doing it methodically and swatching everything, quite frankly, because I just do not have the time this week and I would like to get this video up sooner rather than later, and I don't want to work on Thanksgiving. This collection has a palette, 4 Supershock eyeshadows, 3 liner pencils, and 2 lip glosses. I'm gonna use most of those things on camera today. We played with pretty much everything, so even though I'm not being methodical, I'm still being pretty thorough. I have to pat myself on the back for that. I also need to pat myself on the back for how the look came out because, quite frankly, I'm really fucking into it. And if I had looked at this palette, I don't think I ever would have seen this look coming from it. So I like when I surprise myself, you know? I'll link everything that I use in the description down below. I'm gonna timestamp everything and put video chapters, so if there's a certain product you want to jump to, you can do that. Or if you want to come back and jump to the tutorial so that you can recreate the look, you could do that too. The last time I reviewed a Raw Beauty Kristi collab, I already went on and on about how much I love her and how much I think that she's like a wonderful light, a beaming ray of goodness in the beauty community. So I'm not gonna ramble on about that so much today, but just so we're aware, I fucking love Kristi. She's like about to pop and give birth as I'm filming this. I'm not even like a big baby person, but for her, I'm so excited. Anyway, none of this matters. Why am I still talking? Let's get into it. Let's jump in to the very hotly anticipated for many, many years ColourPop Raw Beauty Kristi collection. To start this whole shebang, I want to put some color through my crease. But I'm going to start with the neutral because, like, why wouldn't I? I'm going to take my beach number 6, I'm going to go into this shade Old Growth, and I'm going to start working that through my crease. I'm going to blend it up toward my brow, and I'm going to bring it up pretty high because I am going to bring more color in through the crease area as well. I'm just using this kind of to soften out the transition. I'm going to grab my Sigma E36 brush, and I'm going to go into this burgundy, plummy, purpley shade called Amanita, and I'm going to put that through the crease, keeping it a little bit more concentrated and just slowly building that color up. I'm also going to bring a little bit of it onto the outer corner and just like swirl it in a circle and loop it up into the crease. I want to make this like dark and smoky, but also like real coppery and stuff on the upside, the top half, the top half. Wow. Whew. I need a nap. So I'm going to grab a pencil brush and we're going to go into the shade Let It Rain. And I'm going to start packing that on the outer and inner portion of the lid. Maybe I'll bring some through the crease. I don't know yet. I didn't decide. We'll see when I get there. This color has a little bit of that sequin type shimmer in it, but so far as I'm applying it like this, it is mostly reading as a matte. I'm also getting quite a lot of fallout from it, which is to be expected with a matte black shade. But do note, because if you do your concealer first, you're gonna ruin that shit. I am definitely gonna take a little bit of this through the crease, so I'm just gonna take that on that same Sigma E36. I'm just gonna move that through the crease just a little bit. Nothing crazy. I don't want it to be like too dark and deep. For the center of this, I'm gonna go into the shade Campfire. This is one of the Supershock shadows that come as singles with this collection. It's very coppery, and I feel like it's gonna pop really, really nice next to that deep black shade. Supershocks are always some of my favorites, so I'm excited that there are a couple of these in the collection. Once I have that tapped down, I'm just gonna go back with the same little brush that I used and blend it on the outer corners, bring some of that black back in so the copper doesn't take over the whole thing, and then I'm just gonna go back and forth between the copper and the black to make sure that they mix, you know? I'm gonna do that with my NABLA Soft Dab and Smudge Brush. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more of Campfire on that and just tap it over the edge so we're not getting such an intense application. And to intensify that effect just a little bit more, I'm going to take the same NABLA Soft Dab and Smudge Brush and I'm going to go into the shade Olympic, which is also a Supershock, obviously, and I'm just going to put that right in the center of that copper, just a tiny dab to brighten it up and then tap it in with my finger. I concealed and I powdered. I put down a lot of powder because I was getting a lot of fallout. There are 3 gel liner pencils in this collection and I'm only going to be using one of them. So I put little swatches of the 3 of them on the back of my hand. The yellow shade is called Marigold. The green is called Spare Time. That's the one I'm going to be using. And then the brown is called Woodsy. I'm gonna take Spare Time. I'm just gonna run it through my waterline. I'm going to do greens from this palette on the lower lash line. This is actually my first time using the reformulated version of these gel liner pencils. On my BH number 7, I'm gonna go into the shade PNW and I'm gonna use that to smoke out the outer corner. Deep kind of spruce blue sort of shade. Like a blue, green, teal, like a real dark teal. Why am I over explaining this color? What is wrong with me? And I'm gonna grab a clean blending brush. This is just the smaller crease brush from the Melt Beetlejuice collection. I'm gonna blend the edge of that and just hook it around into the top to meet the top part. I'm gonna do the rest of that lower lash line with the more true green shade called Emerald City. I'm gonna bring that down nice and low because I want this to be smoky, but also because I want to see those colors on the lower lash line. I don't want to lose them to the top we got going on here. And on the inner corner, to complement those greens, I'm going to go into the Supershocks shade Like a Moss. I already swatched this when I opened the box because I couldn't help myself. There's a little bit of a green shift to it. I'm going to use my Luxie 141 mini this time, pretty much the same as the 111, and I'm going to just pop that on the inner corner to give it a little highlight, but I'm going to drag it down and over a little bit of the green so it like picks up the greenness of that on the lower lash line instead of disturbing the red and purpley and copperiness on the top. I put on House of Lashes Siren Double and I finished up my skin. There are 2 Luxe lip glosses in this collection and I'm just gonna try both of them on. I'm not gonna do it as like a swatch montage because they are very simple shades. Because like I said, I'm doing this video a little bit more casual because a bitch needs a break. This one is the shade Wildflower. Let's try this one on first. This one is more of like a milky pink. Personally, I'm not crazy about the smell of them, and I do feel like they could be a little bit more shiny for my taste, but they are very, very comfortable. This one is very, very subtle though. Personally, for me, I'm not sure that I'm gonna get much use out of this one because really it's no different than putting on like a lip balm in my opinion. And that is in part probably because I have really pigmented lips to begin with, so something like this doesn't really show up as more than a balm. And the second shade is this shade Glacier. This one is clear with a lot of like crystally shimmer in it. Still very subtle, but it has like a nice icy shine to it, which I like. Look a little closer for you guys. Even though we're not doing a montage, you can still see up close. What I think I'm gonna do is line my lips with NABLA Nude Liner number 4. I'm gonna go over the top of it with Wildflower just to finish up this look. I think that it needs a little bit more definition than is being provided with just these glosses, at least for me, for my personal taste. And this is the finished look. So after using this lip gloss, the Wildflower one, with a liner underneath it, I changed my mind. I actually really like it. I probably won't ever use it by itself, but over this lip liner, it looks really nice. And it's shinier over a lip liner, it seems. So going back on what I said, I actually quite like that one, and maybe I like the other one if I put it over a liner too. But I do think that those might still be my least favorite things in the collection because the palette is beautiful. It is earthy and it is very Christy, but it is also still very colorful and very fun to play with. I got a lot of depth out of it. I did have a lot of fallout, specifically with the shade Let It Rain. Like, wow, a lot of fallout. But you know what? That's like something that we've just come to expect in the world at this point. Do not recommend doing your under eye concealer before you use this palette though, just FYI. Don't recommend that at all. These Supershocks shadows, I didn't use all of them, but the 3 that I did use beautiful. Supershock shadows are always beautiful, so really no surprise there. But I do particularly like a Moss because it looks so pretty and like green shifty on my inner corner. The other shade that I used on the center of the lid, Campfire, I did use 3 actually, but this one I used more of. Campfire is very, very pretty, and I like the warm coppery glow that it gives. I feel like it'll be a really nice wash of color over the whole lid by itself. And the cream gel liner pencils, I like them. One of them actually broke while I was swatching it, so just be careful. They seem to be very delicate. I've always been a fan of the ColourPop gel liner pencils. The ones I have are in the old packaging, and I thought they were a different formula, but I might be wrong because they seem exactly the same, so I'm not sure. They work pretty much the same as the ones I'm familiar with, and they work well, so I'm happy with them. I don't think that I really needed a brown liner in my life, but the other 2 shades, the Marigold one, what the hell was this one called? Spare Time. Really pretty shades, and I don't have anything exactly like them in my collection, so I'm excited to have those. Overall, I think this collection is, first of all, so Kristi. Like, the packaging is adorable. These little mushrooms are so her. The little pine trees, so her. Everything about this is just like so dead on, perfect branding for her, and it's really nicely done. It's the great quality that we expect at an affordable price from ColourPop, which I think is why we always wind up talking so much about ColourPop on this channel. You know, along with the fact that they release something new every 30 seconds, it is always pretty affordable and pretty good quality, so it's like a reliable thing that we can get excited about, you know? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you ordered this collection, if you missed out on it, if you ordered 1 or 2 things from it. What are you excited about? Do you watch Kristi's videos? Whatever the hell it is you have to say about this collection, I would love to hear any and everything. And because I haven't asked you guys a random question at the end of my video in a while, what's your favorite holiday food? Because Thanksgiving is this week. You'll probably see this after Thanksgiving has already passed, but that's okay. We can still talk about the food. Or it could be food for another holiday, but whatever your favorite holiday dish is, I want to hear about it in the comments because mostly I'm hungry, but also I've been cooking a lot lately, and so I want to have some ideas. Don't forget to leave a like on this video if you found it helpful, if you enjoyed it, because it's very helpful to me, and I would very much appreciate it if you are new around here. Please subscribe because I'd love to have you around for more videos. Come and find me over on Instagram. I'm at Ms. Quinface. Keep up with me between these videos, know what's going on here on this channel, see what else I do in my day-to-day life. It usually involves a lot of cooking food and going to the gym and trying on outfits and clothes and fun stuff like that, and I would love to have you. That is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next one.